Drew and Stu are on the air.
Ready? Right.
Whether you're fading with Drew or riding with Cam, this is the place to get your weekly NFL picks.
Everything you got, let's go.
Hello and welcome to week 3 of the Drew and Stu podcast. I'm Drew Livingstone. That's Cam Stewart. Cam, a wishy-washy week for both of us, up and down. Both of us were 7-7. You were 1-2 in your best bets. I was 2-1. You made a swap off of Philly to add. Who did you add? You added Tennessee.
A loser.
From Philly to Tennessee on your best bets. That was not a great switch there, Cam.
I gotta be honest, I like Tennessee all week, but I still bet Philly. But I just and you saw how close that game was, Drew. Like that was legitimately like coming right down to the wire. But hey, a big line movement in that game. As for Tennessee, I don't know where we fucking go from here. Here's the deal. Hey, coaching staff, just shut up and listen for a sec, okay? Will Levis is not an NFL quarterback. You have Mason Rudolph, who when the Steelers struggled as a third stringer, won them games on the road last year at Indianapolis. Drew, he was great. I'm not going to say...
I mean, he's not good either.
No. This is the thing, and that's why I argue like when I do Mayo Show and stuff. I'm not saying these backup quarterbacks are brilliant and great. All I know is Mason Rudolph is serviceable. He's still in the league. He won't kill you. He won't fuck you up the way Will Levis does with dumb decisions. The guy's a fucking bonehead. If we made let's play a game. If Mason Rudolph was the quarterback of the Tennessee Titans, they're a 2-1 football team now. Correct? Minimum. They beat the Bears. That was all on the defense. They beat the Bears. I don't care if me and you were quarterbacking that game. The next game, they fucked that one up too. And now that's because of Levis against the Jets. You talked about 10-point swing on one play, Drew, and they only lost by 7. He made way more than 7 points of mistakes. And last week with Green Bay, they were there early, but all of his mistakes gave Green Bay the lead and good field position. And they won.
It was also terrible fucking coaching, Cam.
I agree. Their coaching staff is awful, like awful.
Cam, Green Bay gave up almost 200 yards rushing to the Colts the week before, and they're like, you know what? This run defense sucks. Let's not give any carries to our running backs. It's Tony Pollard finished the game with 6 carries, Cam. 6.
It's almost like these guys are trying to lose. Like remember like the Baltimore Kansas City game? I had that little scat back, Hill. Remember, and he had the first carry of the game. I'm like, I'm sitting there going, this is gonna be good. The guy, I think he had like 1 carry the rest of the game. They ran the ball 6 times against the Chiefs. Like, are you guys like what are these coaches doing? And I talk about it with other shows of Gabe. I think sometimes they have to justify their existence by doing things that are non-orthodox. Why do you?
We knew that worked against them last week, but let's change it up. And they're going to expect us to run the ball, so let's not run it.
You do the same thing until somebody proves to you can't do it. In any sport.
Like Dallas. Cam, look at Dallas. They're like, oh, you know what? Let's mix the game up, add the run game. All of a sudden, they're down by 3 touchdowns. Like, oh, you know what? Let's just throw the ball because Baltimore's pass defense sucks. We saw Gardner Minshew do well against them last week. Oh, all of a sudden, we're scoring touchdown. Oh, maybe we should have just been throwing the football with Dak the whole game, guys.
You're so right, Drew. It's just like the problem with the coaches is this is their job in football. And I think a lot of the time, if they just stick to basic stuff, people are like, well, I could have done that. Well, but it works. So I would rather do something that's basic that is going to get me through rather than be a complete idiot and play into the other team's hands. Drew, right, Drew? Drew, the old saying, sometimes they're true. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And Andy Dalton comes in there, my fellow Ginger. Hey, for all you guys who, that old guy with the wooden leg. He 1,000,000 times better than Young because he's seen it and done it. Thielen's happy. Deontay Johnson had his best game in years since he was with Pittsburgh. The guy had 1,000,000 catches and Drew, I kept him on my fantasy bench because I'm like, it's Carolina,
Cam,
right?
He's the only quarterback in the NFL to have a 300-yard, 3 TD game this season. If you had to place that bet before the year, what quarterback's going to be the first 300-yard, 3-touchdown game of the year? Not a single person would have bet on Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton wouldn't have been on the sheet because Bryce Young started. He would have been called other at 20-1 or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they might have not even listed him like they do for shit golfers. But Drew, great call by you. I didn't even know that stat, and that's why you're here. You bring it to the table, and Drew, I told you Carolina. Now I'm thinking, wow, all these things we said about Carolina. It's one game. I get it, people. But we saw 2 games with Bryce Young. If he's not ready to play the game, don't let him go out there to get killed. Now it's been proven. Bryce Young is the problem because Andy Dalton's an old man. So you know what? If I look at other teams, actually Andy Dalton just basically said, Bryce Young, other teams don't even call because I can handle the situation here.
Oh, and speaking of guys earning big contracts, Cam, how about Sam Darnold leading the NFL in passing touchdowns?
It's amazing.
Luckily, I was on the Minnesota side of that game. I know you were on Houston, but
good call.
Sam Darnold, Cam, unbelievable. This guy, Carolina looks like idiots. The Jets look like idiots not giving this guy a longer leash. I mean, Sam Darnold, what a player. I mean,
look at the
he's
quarterbacks.
earning that $50 million free agent contract.
Oh, earning it? Guys, in my opinion, comeback player of the year. If he keeps this up, he can be in the MVP talks, as crazy 100%. As it sounds. Listen, Drew, it's Sam Darnold. What is he? A journeyman that's been beat down his whole career. Dalton, what has he been? A journeyman his whole career, beaten down. So these old.
Dalton's not really journeyman because he was a constant playoff performer. Like,
but he's still a journeyman. No, but he's been on different teams. He's been on multiple. Remember, he's on Dallas. No, journeyman's guy. You play on different teams. You're getting older.
I'm just saying he had like 9 years in Cincinnati, so he's not.
But
the same
currently, he's a journeyman. Like he is a backup quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. That is now starting. So that's journeyman stats. So take a look at all these old guys that got beaten down. Maligned and whatever. And you have some of these guys that just come in from school who have no fucking clue. I'd rather have this is the thing, Drew. You have to have in the old days, and I want to talk like I'm Archie Bunker on my friggin' stupid comfy chair. But listen, they used to learn under the veteran guy. There was no need to start young. I get it, but you're the top draft pick. You had to. No, you let the other guy go out there and learn. And when he's comfortable, you give him the reins. Anyway, that's my take. We're like, there's so much money in the game. That's what I hate. We have to start him because he makes so much salary. I would rather start the guy at a minimum salary if we have a better chance to win. It's about winning.
Look at how bad the passing offense has been in the NFL this season, Cam. And it's all because it's all these young guys that haven't really worked in the NFL. It's just now they're running the ball. I know Mel Kiper's blaming too high safeties. Listen, Mel, like if people play defense. I'm sorry, you can throw
exactly. The guy's saying, stick to the draft, buddy. Like honest to God, like that's a horrible take. And I'm with you. Great call, Sam. No, Drew, I got to tell you, Houston left a lot of points on the board against Chicago. I always love my home dogs. I kind of like
DJ Stroud, Cam, sophomore slump.
I get rattled. Yeah, this Houston under 9.5 to plus 130. Some books had plus 140 and stuff like that. Who knows? Like I'm worried. Like if you're Houston, this team doesn't look like the same. And know what? I don't want to say this. Fantastic talent, but you wait. One more bad week, Diggs is going to make this thing even worse. Give me the ball. Give me. You know what? Sometimes it doesn't matter how talented a guy is. If he's a guy in the locker room that makes everyone just come on, man, we're a team. Like, I'm not going to say Diggs is a bad guy because he's not. But he's also a guy that me, I want this, I want that. Football is a team game. It's not fucking MMA, tennis, or golf.
He did have a lot of targets and catches last week because that they were like, we're down, we're in Minnesota, we got to feed Diggs. But
he used to do that. He used to do that to like Allen. And Allen's like, I got to spread it around. Like he kind of made him nervous, I think. He's just like, okay, I got to give Diggs the ball. You don't want to deal with that stuff. Anyway, those are my takes. And people say, hey, I think Diggs is a great football player, but also I don't think he's a bad guy. But I think when things go sour, things can go sour quick. Yeah, they're divas.
Most receivers are divas. That's the way it is. Cam, I got to apologize to the fans for my gold prop. Tony Pollard over 81.5 total yards. It was absolutely terrible. Collins hit, Pickens hit, Pittman hit, Cooper hit. I was 4 for 5, Cam. If that Pollard one hits, I would have won so many round robins, Cam. My mortgage would have been paid off for the next 4 months. I would have been the happiest guy ever. And the worst part is I knew it was dead 5 minutes into the Titans game when I was like, they're just not running the football.
True. I'm with you.
I actually don't know. Would you rather have a bad beat late or know early that you have
early because I do this thing every day. And when I know I make a bad pick early, I just erase it from my mind. I'm going to tell you.
It just sucks seeing check mark, and then just the X.
I got another one too. Check mark. Carolina, parlay, money line. Another one I did was spread. I had Detroit. They covered. Seattle, I switched to in the money line. I did a huge parlay, a couple $100. I go, $1,400. San Francisco, the final leg. How does San Francisco blow a 14-point to the Rams? A 14-point lead.
Brock Purdy played a great game and they still lost. It's just
how did the Rams
terrible
do it?
Defensive coaching.
Yeah, you know what? Also San Francisco, and I know, hey, Shane and Vince, Visine Vince, and all you guys out there, big San Francisco nation. Your team is non-disciplined. Stop taking stupid penalties all the time. All you guys do is give teams more chances. You're a great football team, but now you're a 1-2 football team. Just relax.
Yep. And I don't know. Give Jordan Mason the ball a bit more. Stop throwing with Purdy.
I agree. Mason's amazing.
But they just stop running the ball when they're up 10 points. Yeah, it didn't make sense. All right, last game we can recap before we get into Monday Night Football and Week 3 in general. Cam, Sunday Night Football. We saw the Chiefs escape Atlanta. Atlanta kind of got screwed on that pass interference not called in the end zone on Pitts. Like we saw face guarding, hitting him. If that's Travis Kelce, that's a flag 10 out of 10 times, right?
I think so, but anyway, I don't want to upset any more Chiefs.
I mean, Kirk Cousins still had a chance at the end of the game to throw it down there again, and they decided, hey, we're going to run the ball even though it hasn't worked all game.
That was the stupidest play call on fourth down. You never run a string play because if one guy fucks up his block, you're done. You
Cam,
pound.
nothing
I'd
I hate
rather even
more
see
than-
you like pound. Like Drew, honest to God, like what are these coaches doing? Like the minute that play was there, I go done. Like I just saw, I saw it develop. I'm like, this is gonna lose yards. Anyway, I was on Atlanta in that game, and not very valuable lesson, guys. I learned a valuable lesson last night. I go 3.5. If you can ever still like a team, when Kansas City went up and Atlanta was 7.5, that's when you got to hit the button. Because sometimes patience. And if you don't get your 3.5, fine. But when you're with the Chiefs, like, Drew, I'm looking at the end of the game going, man, if I just like did more on the live 7.5, I could have got all my monies back.
Or
you know what I mean?
If they just kicked the field goal instead of going for it on the first fourth
That's
down,
it.
they would have been down 2 points.
Great
and then they
point.
win the game on the next field goal.
Great point by you. Again, and the thing is, it's like you got Koo. He nutted like a huge kick too earlier in the game.
I'm fine with going for it, Cam, if it's not 8 minutes left in the game.
I agree with you.
There's so much time left.
Man, me and
your
you
safety's a
were
complaint.
reading each other's mail. I said the exact same thing. My girlfriend's sleeping upstairs. She's like, all right, man, you haven't slept in like 3 years. Because it was her birthday. I partied hard. I can't sleep. And I got money on this game. And after San Francisco, I was in orbit. I'm like, this one really. So at least I did get the 7.5.
Cam, I'm saying this as someone who was on the Chiefs minus 4.5. So I won my spread.
You're lucky.
I was like, Atlanta got screwed.
Yeah,
like,
they did. No. Atlanta didn't get screwed. Again, these coaches, like the guy sitting every play just staring up at the jumbotron. Okay, well, you know,
and
what's gonna happen
no worse play call in football, Cam, than we need 1 yard. Let's go big men against big men. How about you spread it out?
I know.
It's just, it doesn't make sense. You want everyone on defense in one spot and then try and go through it.
Exactly.
We saw the Chicago Bears try and do it against Indianapolis too, and all 4 linemen broke through the line, and Swift had no chance. He lost 10 yards on a 4th and 1.
I know.
I was like, these teams just don't get it.
Drew,
like,
I lost, like, I'm going to say, like, bad beats are bad. Like, a bad beat is when you have, like, a guy, remember, like, no-hitter in a baseball game with 1 run, and they score 7 runs for no reason in the 9th. That's more than a horrible beat. But all those games that I had, if literally one thing goes my way instead of goes the other way, I win, like that's the NFL, though. You could say, and every other people say, Cam, you know, shut up. Because that happens in every game. The game I'm mad about the most was with the Green Bay Tennessee game. Their game plan was so stupid.
That game, Cam, and I honestly feel bad that we gave everyone Miami, because as soon as that game started, I was like, whoops.
Seattle's a play.
Yeah.
No, Drew, I thought the same thing. I got it at 6 though. And guys, we do this show early.
What you got it at. I said it didn't really matter what you got it at.
No. See, dude, Seattle's 3-0, eh?
Worst 3-0 team in football. Sorry, buddy. Everyone's. I have a outright bet with a fan on Seattle against Rams record. Not looking good for me right now, Cam.
I hope you lose that bet.
Well, I hope.
And I care about you as a human being. Just don't do that ever again. You know what? I'm going to say this right now. I know we have picks. How good have the Lions looked? I know they beat Arizona by 10, but that wasn't a crisp performance either.
I got alt spread on that game. That was nice.
Okay, we won our bet. I'm just saying Seattle's in Detroit. The way things are going.
Right. Well,
okay.
Cam,
anyway,
let's move on. Monday Night Football, Cam. You have the Jags and you switch to the Commanders. I have the Jags and the Bengals. I have the Bills because I switched to the Bills, and I have the Bengals.
I have the Commander. You mean I switched off the Bengals to the Commanders? Correct?
Yeah.
And I have Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Don't even feel good about that game anymore. Okay.
I think with the inclement weather, Cam, the rain, it's going to go probably under the number. I see a lot of people betting on the over in this game. I don't know. I don't like rainy games, Cam. So I'd take under 46.5. I still like all the James Cook props and the ETN props, because I think it's going to be a lot of running in football with the weather. But like you've said in the past, rain doesn't affect quarterbacks like Josh Allen as much as wind.
I'd be very, very scared about that total, because one thing I know, Jacksonville's a desperate team. They're going to have to bring their all. And the Bills, I'm very close. We're close to Buffalo, about an hour and change away, right, Drew? Like, a little bit of wet doesn't matter. And I will say this. I think a lot of the time, as you know, it favors the receiver over the DB. The DB has to follow him around and do stuff. Receivers, it's easier for them to navigate on a wet field than it is for a DB, because they have to do so many more things. So I think actually people are wrong in that.
I think Steffi Graf might have a bunch of turnovers in the wet weather.
That's another thing. And they set up short fields. That total could be in danger. I'm going to be honest with you. I like the over in this game, and I like the under all week, but my head's spinning right now with a couple bad beats. So all right.
Give me one guy to score a touchdown from the Bills-Jags game. Anytime TD.
I'm going to say Kincaid, but I want. Who do you like this
Kincaid?
week?
You can say Kincaid.
Yeah, Kincaid. They can't cover Knox and Kincaid. No, who's another good one though? Shakir.
Shakir's more so not in the red zone though. But okay,
but he could bust one.
I'm going to go. I'm going to go Gabe Davis, Cam, because I think teams love giving guys revenge touchdowns, even if it's just not. They just love doing that. So you got Gabe Davis, and we got Dalton Kincaid, and then the second game, Washington, Cincy, Cam. Give me one guy.
Robinson Jr., running back, Commanders, Commies. I'm going to tell you one thing. The Bengals' run defense is deplorable. They have injuries. Be careful with this game, Drew. I know it could go either way. I know people are saying, oh, Joe Burrow's going to slice him up. But one thing, what have teams done against the Bengals? You can pound the rock on them hard. If Washington, but then again, the coach is probably going to go, you know what? I have a feeling that we're going to throw 50 times tonight. Get Daniels all warmed up. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, no, don't. Just run the ball.
Cam, I'm going to go Jamar Chase. Everyone's excited about T. Higgins returning. I think that opens it up for Chase more so. So we got, look at this, Cam. Kincaid, Gabe Davis, Brian Robinson, Jamar Chase, all four score touchdowns tonight. We get 60-1 on our odds.
Send it over, and it'll be bet, because if that thing wins and I don't have money on it, you think we've been mad before? Like, that's absolute, like, smashing things mad.
Yeah, exactly. And you only need 2 touchdowns from each game, which I think can easily happen. All right, let's move on to week 4, Cam. We'll start Thursday Night Football. The Dallas Cowboys going to New York, take on the Giants, coming off their big win over Cleveland. What a disaster Deshaun Watson is, losing to the Giants like that. I couldn't believe it. Cam, plus 4.5 at home. You love home dogs usually, but like I personally can't bet on the Giants still. I don't believe in it. Do you?
The good news is the Giants played really well this week. Historically, Dallas kills them. Dallas is coming off a loss. You know what? This is a get right spot for the Cowboys if they call a good game. I don't like I originally thought Giants, but the more I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I'm taking Dallas. I think they can win this game by like 13 points. So I'll take the Dallas Cowboys. But Dallas, again, lesson learned. You can't just, like what you did against Green Bay in the playoffs, decide to be fucking like Snow White and wake up.
Their kickers, their MVP again.
No. And also slow starters. Guys, you can't give up. Like, you can't go down in games like this. They did the same thing. Oh, they're coming back against the Packers. Too late. You're down 3 or 4 touchdowns. Too late. Like, that's the thing. You'll get close. They cover teasers. They got close to, like, it, right, Drew? But they have to punch a team in the face early. Dallas are front runners. They're they have to be front runners.
Dude, they love killing teams once they're up.
Yes.
Just coming from behind, it's just like they can't do it.
They almost do it, but they just give up too much early. That's the problem.
Okay, I'm also on Dallas, Cam. I love this pick this week. Minus 4.5. I don't think it's enough points. I'll be taking some alt lines. I know you don't like alt lines, but I will be taking some. I think Dallas.
Actually, you know what? The way things are going, Drew, you do whatever the hell you want to do.
I think Dallas is just a lot better with all team. I think they're better quarterback, better defense, better offense. I don't see where the Giants have anything better in this game, Cam. So give me the Dallas Cowboys minus 4.5. I think this could climb to 6 by kickoff. So if you like Dallas, take it now. Moving on, Sunday 1:00 slate. Denver going to New York, take on the Jets. The Jets minus 7.5 coming off their win, Cam. I know they've had 10 days since playing New England. This is a lot of points, though. Can you trust New York to win by more than 1 touchdown?
Yeah, why don't you start this one, Drew? I'm trying to.
I'm going to blindly take Denver plus 7.5 just because I can't see Rodgers pummeling the team back-to-back weeks. I know he did it to New England, but Denver was impressed with me last week, Cam. They destroyed Tampa.
But Drew, this is the whole thing. What happened with Cleveland the week before? They went out right in their game, looking great. They fixed their problems. What do? Lay a fucking egg. Look at Tampa Bay. Oh, yeah, we're this and this and this. They lost to Denver. Like, you know what? This is a lesson in the NFL. Do the opposite of what a team looked like the following week. Honestly, no, you'll make a killing. I'm writing stuff down, like, because that's everybody remembers what they saw last. It is the worst betting tool going, and I got to be better at it because I know these things, and I still get all messed up. I just don't like the hook.
The 7.5 scares me. If it was 7, I'd probably take the Jets. You tell me. So you're on the Jets?
I'm on Denver for now. This game's going to be changed, though.
Okay, well, then change it now. If you know you're going to change it, just take the Jets.
I got to see where the line moves.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, so we're both on Denver for now to start, but tune into Thursday's show to see if we switch.
Actually, give me the Jets.
Okay, can't switch it.
Is it set? I got 7 here. 7?
No, it's 7.5, Cam.
How come you're like I'm on the same site we're on and I'm
too
refreshing.
Bad? That's why. Okay. Cam?
Oh, okay. Sorry, Drew. It's Livingstone. Hello, Drew Sportsbook here. You live with my lines.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cam, all right, so you're on the Jets. I'm on the Denver Broncos. First tiebreaker, mystery tiebreaker man of the week. Where do you think he's going?
I think he's going with Denver.
Incorrect. With the Jets.
Yeah, I forgot he's an Aaron Rodgers lover too. Got to make a note.
And a Chiefs fan. He'd never take the Broncos.
Yeah, it's a good point actually. See, I told you, Drew, I'm rattled, man. I can't even get. If I can't get Bagman mystery tiebreakers picks right, then you know I'm off my game.
Cincinnati going to Carolina to take on the new look Panthers with Andy
Carolina
Dalton at the helm. You're just blindly taking Carolina plus 5.5.
This is my new Carolina move. As long as Andy Dalton's under center, I'm in.
The addiction hit hard in week 3, and now Cam's back on it. He's like, yeah.
At least I didn't go to the clinic. I gave it one more shot party, and Drew, and it worked. So, you know what? One more time. Carolina. Cat battle.
I'm going to go.
A Panther versus a Bengal. Ooh, who'd win that? I think a Panther would win. In a battle of a cat, like a Bengal tiger.
Man. A Bengal
tiger versus a
big.
But Panthers are slick. Yeah, actually, you're right. Tigers are big. What a great fight. The Panther has the edge with, I think, speed and Tiger's more powerful. So, yeah, it's kind of a good battle of cats.
I think I'd lean Bengal Tiger, and I'm going to lean Bengals in this one. I think everyone's going to love Andy Dalton coming off what they saw, Cam.
You're right.
And you just said last game to fade off of what you saw and moving to the next weekend.
I did.
You just went against what you said the following because it's Carolina.
Guilty. You're right. I don't even listen to myself. I don't even know what I'm saying.
So yeah, give me the Cincinnati Bengals minus 5.5. I think they'll absolutely destroy Carolina. I don't believe in this Carolina Panthers offense. I think it's a one week wonder with Andy Dalton. The ginger we all love
he's still, even if he plays like shit, he's still doing better than what Bryce Young did.
Well, I'm just saying, like, you cannot not bet on a ginger.
Yeah,
like,
I get because gingers will lose you your money. Like, this guy's listening to me on this show. Give me Carolina. Might switch off it because.
All right, where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on? He's
Bengals.
Yes, correct.
If I got that one wrong, I might as well just throw my mic down.
You sounded like Jim Carrey in The Grinch Who Stole Christmas.
Bengals?
Yeah.
Dude, when was Bagman? Like, honestly, I almost wish that was a question where, like, if I lose, the guy like chops off a finger, and if I win, you get like $500,000 because I couldn't have ever got that one wrong.
You said a guy chops off. Who chops off a finger? Like your finger?
Like those Japanese game shows where you actually feel pain instead of the money. Like the consequence is pain.
I don't know what shows you're watching, Cam. I'm not into that
stuff. No, Drew, it's not some bondage sex show. I'm just saying they have things where like people go in scorpion tanks and stuff like that because they want to scare you. Because if you're giving away money, they need to have some entertainment value from it.
That's fine. He will never take.
He will never take Carolina ever.
Exactly. So don't do it. But you're doing it. All right. I'm on the Bengals. Mr. Tiger Man's on the Bengals as well. Moving on. Philadelphia Eagles going to Tampa to take on the Bucs. Eagles escaped to the win against the Saints because of that huge Dallas Goedert blown coverage. And Tampa got slapped by the Broncos at home. They're back at home. Playoff rematch where they destroyed Philly last year in the playoffs. Does Philly get revenge in week 4?
Yes.
All right. And why? Explain yourself, Cam.
I still think there's a lot of issues with this Philadelphia team.
Including not having receivers now, with Smith likely out and Brown likely out?
Yeah, this could be a problem, actually. But Goddard's still there. That's why you have extra guys, though. Somebody's got to step up, right? Drew, here's the thing, too. Tampa
You'd think Jahan Dotson would step up, but he hasn't.
No, he's just, you know what? And we talked about this. I'll give Gracie credit. He goes, why the hell would you ever trade a receiver within your division if you knew he was, like, washed? It's kind of a good point.
Yeah.
Like, you would not get rid of him. Yeah, exactly. Like, you give him to another team. You don't give him to a rival in your division. But I'll take Philly for now. And the thing about Tampa Bay is we said they weren't going to be great at the start of the year. They played their best football against Detroit. They got murdered by Denver. The thing about Philadelphia is if they bring their A game, and I like the way their defense stepped up against New Orleans. So if they could do enough defensive stuff against Mayfield, short fields, I don't think the injuries will come back. Give me Philadelphia.
Cam, I'm going to take Tampa here only because I think Tampa can win this game outright. They're at home. It's a get-right game. They beat them last year in the playoffs. I think they do the exact same thing, and it's going to be less weapons in Philly. Like, I just don't see how Philly scores enough points to keep up with Tampa in this one. The way their Eagles secondary has not been great. Yeah, they played great last week, but I think that's a one-game mirage that we're seeing. And we saw once Carr turned it on at the end, it was just like, oh, dice, Olave touchdown. So, yeah, give me the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and I think all they have to do is stop the run. If you stop the run against Philly, if Saquon can't explode like he did last week, I don't think Jalen Hurts can carry them down the field, Cam. Leading the NFL in turnovers, behind Will Levis. Hasn't been a great start for Jalen Hurts.
No, he looks, he's my fantasy quarterback in 2 of the 3 leagues. He looks awful. He looks slower. It's very disappointing. But anyway, I'll stick out Philadelphia. I've an inkling, Drew, that this might be like a record 8 switch like day on Thursday when we do our
and everyone who watches this show, Cam, the Thursday show gets like half the viewership. So I'm like,
but that's not my problem. We're making leans on Monday. These games are being played in a week. Like, what do you want from me? I'm doing my best I can.
Come into the Thursday show and see our final picks on a board.
Thank you, guys. Please change. Yeah. Say that again. Like, could you actually, Drew? I want you to not just do that because people have the attention span worse than a goldfish, 7 seconds to 8. Nobody listens or does anything.
I know.
You have to put it in font form.
Yeah.
Final picks and revisions, props on Thursday show or Friday, whenever you get it out, please.
If they're fans of the show, they'll figure it out. That's all I got to say.
No, but we want more,
I agree with you, though. I agree with you, though. I'm going to put it in. All right, Cam, where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one? 3 straight splits.
It's on the Eagles.
Yes, he is. I see. I got you there. I thought you made you think. No,
actually, you didn't get me because I guessed it right.
Yeah, but I'm saying my reaction. You thought I was saying wrong.
Ooh, you tricked me, Drew.
All right. Rams going to Chicago to take on the Bears. The Bears -2 favorites at home. Cam, I don't care what the Bears are. They're not on my betting slip. I'm taking the Rams blind here. I know everyone's going to be like, oh, it was a lucky win against San Fran. You're giving me Sean McVay against Matt Eberflus. I don't care what this line is, Cam. Give me Sean McVay.
I will take Matt Eberflus because he's like me at the tavern, a little bit wobbly. I will take Chicago -2.5. This is their spot.
Cam, what has Chicago done to make you want to bet
this
with them?
Drew, it's the NFL. Did you think Denver was going to beat Tampa Bay on the road?
No, but I thought
after Bo Nix's performance against Pittsburgh. Did you think Carolina was going to blow out the Raiders? The answer is no. It's the NFL. Chicago.
Cam, I'm just saying.
This is their week. The Rams, it's a mirage. They get up for San Francisco, man. Those are big games. This is a letdown spot if I've ever seen one.
Cam, you're giving me Stafford as an underdog against Caleb Williams.
Stafford's going to be hurt in this game. Chicago actually has a good defense. All they have to do is score
Fran's got a good
points.
Defense too.
Yeah, they did a lot of bad stuff though, bad penalties in that game.
I'm just saying.
Okay, just give me Chicago, and
we'll
talk about it. We'll talk about it on the show the following week and see who's the idiot. Probably me, right. Chicago.
Where's Mystery Tiebreaker?
He's going with the Rams.
Correct.
God, I wish this was the game.
Yes, you'd be killing it. NFC South division matchup. The New Orleans Saints going to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Both teams coming off big losses. Falcons -1.5. Are the Saints the team we saw week 1 and 2, which can smoke Atlanta, or are they the team we saw last week that'll struggle?
Kind of like Atlanta.
I got to take Atlanta, the home team here. I know like people are all over the Saints, but I think I didn't believe in them to come in the year as much as I believe in them a lot more than you did. But you didn't believe in them at all. I think you need the Saints to lose this game if you're going to hit your under, Cam.
I agree. This is a huge turnaround game because if they go to 2-2 and some like injuries and bad things happen, I'm not wishing injury upon human beings, but I'm wishing bad play. So if the Saints lose this game and go to 2-2, anything's up for grabs. And if Carolina finds a way to beat Cincinnati, which is probably impossible, things will go real good there. But anyway, give me Frank Falcon. I think you know what? After that heartbreaking loss against Kansas City too. They're going to bring their A game. This is going to be a good game. Falcons will win this game by like 3 or 4, and the line's what, 1?
1.5, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I see. Wow, I'm getting like halves off you. But anyway, that's fine. Give me Atlanta.
Yeah, I'm on Atlanta too, Cam. I think this is the better team, better quarterback. So I got to take that when it's only this low of a spread. All right, the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Houston to take on the Texans, another division matchup. We don't know how the Jags performed in Monday Night Football yet. We'll know on Thursday. We'll react to the Monday Night Football games. Houston, blown out by Minnesota. Looked terrible. Minnesota's defense looks legit.
Houston.
Damn, I think you take Houston, right?
Yeah, I'm on them. This might be a mineral pick. Got to figure it out. I wish, if that line was 3.5, 4 instead of the 4 in the hook. That's because you can see teams winning by 4. But I think Houston will win by more than 4 in this game. Honest to God, the way they've been playing, I don't know what's wrong with these guys, but they got to get it right. Stroud will figure it. They're a better team than Jacksonville. Let's call it out. And we see them at home. I think they're just a different team. You know what this is? A spot. If they're focused, they could blow Jacksonville out by like 20 in this game. So I'm going to take Houston, but it's a divisional game. I worry.
I agree. Division games are weird, but I do think this is a get-right game for Houston. Coming off an embarrassing loss, I think they'll all be up and ready for this game. And division matchups always hit different. So give me Houston -4.5. Another division game, Minnesota going to Green Bay to take on the Packers. Cam, the Packers coming off of back-to-back victories with Malik Willis at quarterback. It just shows you that apparently coaching helps you a lot. Matt LaFleur, good coach, winning with backups.
Yes.
Jordan Love probably back because he was practicing, so I'm assuming he's back for this one. But the Vikings, Cam, their defense looks legit. And I always I think the numbers are when a quarterback's returning from injury or
I like Minnesota.
They always lose, Cam. So I'm taking the Vikings here.
Yes, Drew. I love you. I thought you were going to be on. I thought you might be on Green Bay. Here's the thing. What has Minnesota done? They've beaten San Francisco. They've murdered Houston. Minnesota is one of the best teams in the league. Am I crazy? Am I crazy? Yes, I am crazy, but I'm also right on this one. So far, 3 games in, they're the biggest surprise of the league. I'll take the points. Give me Sam Darnold. You don't think this guy wants to go into Lambeau and have another good performance?
Cam, I don't. They're saying Love's likely back, but at the same time, you're going to take your quarterback back off a sprained MCL.
You know what? He won't. I don't think he's going to be back. And this is game Malik Willis against Minnesota.
If he's not back, Minnesota's favored on game day.
Yeah, so let's take it now at 2.5.
Yeah, I agree.
Great.
with
See,
you.
that's a great strategy right now. Let's bet. You know what? Let's bet this game now. This is something I have to do. I'm actually going to, after the show, we're going to bet it because I need that number because you're right. Why would Green Bay start Love anyway? You won your last game. That's the whole thing. So you still have a long season.
Just let him rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just, I know it's a big division game though, Cam, and like this is for first place in the division.
Whatever.
That's why you start him. But yeah, I think you're worse off if you start them. Though I think they lose this game outright no matter what. So give me Minnesota plus 2.5. All right, the Pittsburgh Steelers minus 1.5 going to Indy to take on the Colts. The Colts, Cam, another win, escaping with victory despite Anthony Richardson's poor play. If you saw that pick on the 5-yard line, Cam,
horrible.
That was one of the worst picks I've ever seen.
Oh,
and it was after he just threw a 60-yard dot. He was just like, "Hey, here you go. Here's a pick." It looked like he had bet on the Chicago Bears the way he threw that interception. It was like,
almost.
Who was it to? I know idea. Cam, you're giving me the Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers defense against this guy who throws picks without even trying. I got to blindly take Pittsburgh here to go 4-0. I know it's crazy because they have Justin Fields, but Cam, I'm believing in the Steelers team like I had before the season. I believe in them. I believe in them still. Give me the Steelers minus 1.5.
I have their wins over. I think we both did in that divisional talk we had. So you guys can check the tape. Here's the thing. The Steelers are unbeaten against the spread right now, perfect 3-0. But I will say this, Drew. I'm kind of looking at it as a spot play. I think Indianapolis has a road to success in this game, and it's not throwing the ball. It's establishing Jonathan Taylor in all areas and nickel and diming Pittsburgh. Basically, as a smart coaching staff, you keep their defense on the field, and if you do, you have a chance to wear them down, and I think they have a couple players to do that. I will take the home dog here, but could definitely think about getting off it. Give me the horseshoe at plus 1.5.
Cam, I'm shocked that you're on Colts here. All right.
Really? I do a lot of stupid things, Drew. So
yeah, you do love home dogs, though. Okay.
Yeah.
Where's mystery tiebreaker man on this one?
Pittsburgh, maybe.
Correct. We know he loves Tomlin. That's for sure.
I wish it's like a lie detector test with this guy. Like it's like we're just like. So what is it? 4-1 with it or 5-1?
I think you're 5-1 with the picks,
that means we have a lot of differences this week, and I don't like that because we're supposed to be a team. But let's move on to New England and San Francisco.
Cam, I don't care if this New England San Francisco spread was.
I agree. San Francisco by 35.
Yes.
Done. I'm going to tell you, and you know what? This is another one. Bet it now, ladies and gentlemen. This line will close 13.5, 14. I'm telling you. And then I'm going to start to worry. But give me San Francisco.
And they said, they're like, oh, Drake May, we're going to start using Drake May soon. We don't know when, but soon. I think it could be this game, Cam.
On the road against San Francisco? That's a recipe to
Well, I'm just saying, I think Jacoby's not going to finish the game. That's my point. Like, I think he's just going to be so bad. We saw how bad they looked on Thursday 10 days ago. I know they have 10 days to prepare. Cam, you're not ready for the San Francisco 49ers coming off back-to-back losses, angry at home against a bottom feeder. Like Jordan Mason might have 40 carries for 250 yards and 3 touchdowns. Like it might be I think it's just absolute annihilation. So I agree with you. Alt spreads minus 19.5. Like I think San Fran smokes.
I don't usually do like these like 10-point super like 3. They do a 10-point sweetheart tease or whatever. I put San Francisco in it now. All they got to do is win the game, and you find your 2 other legs. Hell, you could do even like a 7, 3.5. Like that's the thing, Drew. Like I think they murdered them in this game. The spread's big. I don't know who's going to be betting on New England, but San Francisco's a 1-2 football team. You know what, Drew? I have their wins under. That's what I mean. It's a great start to the season for me. So I will take San Francisco.
Well, Cam, I didn't like them coming in the year, but I like the Rams to win the division, which also looks terrible.
Well, it's early. The Seahawks are not. Trust me, they're a 3-0 football team. Look at their schedule. Look at they beat Denver, Miami, and who else did they beat?
New England.
New England, yeah. 3 of the worst teams in the league.
I agree with you.
But they've done. I
still don't believe what I see from Seattle. We'll see.
No, but Drew, you can only play who's on your schedule.
100%.
And another thing is, the one point that I'm trying to make is Seattle hasn't been perfect. But have you seen the improvements in defense with McDonald and staff?
Yes.
Giving up only 3 points. I don't care if it's a 4th-string quarterback, 3rd string.
Yeah, my only thing with Seattle is they come out so hot to all these games.
And then they just hang on.
And then it's just like, how is this game still 17-3?
I know.
It's been 30 minutes.
They don't know. Seattle does not know how to kill a person. They can wound them, but they don't know how to put the final touches on. It's like a boxing fight.
We're up 2 touchdowns. I'm just leaving
They got him on the ropes, and then they start to feel, oh I'm tired. Then the other guy will hit him back. But Miami didn't have enough offense to take advantage of it. Seattle left the door open for them to come back.
Dude, if Tua played that game, they would have come back and got destroyed. Yeah, I agree with you. All right, Washington Commanders going to Arizona to take on the Cardinals. Cardinals coming off a loss to Detroit where everything happened like we said. We said Detroit would run it down their mouths, and they did. Kyler just didn't have enough in the tank to beat them. Washington's defense has been atrocious so far this season. We don't know how they did against Cincinnati on Monday night yet. But do you like Arizona in a bounce-back spot against this defense, or do you like Jaden Daniels and the Commanders on the road in a dome where he succeeded in his college career, Cam, Jaden Daniels, to keep it within 5 points.
This game is, to me, 50-50 right now. I think
Yeah,
Arizona
it's
is
a
going to
tough
win
one.
between 4 and 6. What's the line? 5? What is it?
Yeah.
Give me Washington now, but definitely put an asterisk beside it. Like, I have to look at this game, change. I'll usually take a dog before I get off a dog. So give me Washington. But I think this game, literally from betting purposes, the books did a great job with this number. You could attract both sides.
Yeah, I like the over in this game more than anything.
I agree. No, that's the thing. The other game, and ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to say these things fixed or whatever, like all these people, whatever, but it almost feels like there's a script. The fact that this Detroit game 90% of the money was on the over, and it was like stayed under, not getting it on 4th down. All these things just happened. This is the game where literally 38-35 or 38-31 or something like that. I'm with you. Over. But we don't take total. Maybe Drew, I have an idea for next year's show. I think we should do side and total, but we'll talk about that at the producers meeting after the Super Bowl.
I mean, we could always figure it out at our favorite totals, maybe on Thursday's show,
or just give leans on totals. But we just did over.
Yeah, I agree with you, Cam. I'm going to go Washington blind here too. I just think it's just got like 33-30 written all over it.
Yeah.
I think both these quarterbacks are going to have very good fantasy games. If you have them in the fantasy, then you start them with confidence in this week. All right, the Kansas City Chiefs going to LA to take on the Chargers. Chargers likely without Justin Herbert because they played him on a high ankle sprain, which we both said was stupid. And then he re-aggravated it. And now do they force him to play because it's a tough division game? I think Harbaugh is smart enough to be like, you know what? Let's just take our pills, like take our medicine. Let Easton Stick go out there and lose this game. We can't force Herbert to go out there and possibly re-aggravate it again because then our season's over. I don't think he's going to play Cam. So I'm going to take the Chiefs -8, even though that's a crazy big spread.
I'll take the Chargers out of principle, and I do think he plays.
You think he'll play? You would play him as a coach, Cam?
No, but I think he does play because it's just one of those situations where I think, they're going to go out there, and if things don't go well.
I think this line is saying he's not playing though, right?
Yes. You're right, Drew. You're that's exactly what it is. If he was playing, this line would be 6.5, not.
I think it's less.
Maybe
it's like
maybe it'd be probably 5.5, 6 because it's the Chiefs. But I'll take the Chargers for now. See, this is why we do the show early, pending decision makings with the quarterback position. The Chargers, hey, things happen. The Steelers' defense was real, and Harbaugh will have a game plan though. I think this is a big game for the Chargers though too. You're a new coach,
even bigger injury than Justin Herbert. Joe Alt got hurt. He might not play in this game.
Well, then they're fucked. He's their like rookie on the offensive line. That means Easton Stick's dead.
That means Chris Jones is going to have free rush to the quarterback. That's So keep.
I'll take Chargers now, but you got me totally thinking.
Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
Oh, I would. Real? Are you? Yeah. Okay.
All right, moving on.
Tomahawk Shop.
Yeah, we know where he is. Yeah, we know where he is. All right, Cleveland going to Vegas.
It's the best game in town, though, Drew. Why can't we go to imagine the game was like pick Bagman's picks, and it was like a casino game or something like that. Me and you every night be high-fiving each other, going to the steakhouse, getting way. This is a fun game. These picks are hard.
He might fuck with us and just switch his picks on
purpose.
Nah,
he's not. I know him too well. He's not going to do that.
The Browns going to Vegas to take on the Raiders. The Browns -1, Cam, on the road. Raiders coming off.
Here we go. This one. I know what? I'm going to start. Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders.
We're disagreeing again then.
I don't like the line. I think it's a trap. I think Cleveland show the thing is, betting on the Cleveland Browns, actually, I'm going to tell people this right now. It is probably the most dangerous proposition. I will not be involved in them because if you get good Deshaun, they're one of the better teams. If you get bad Deshaun, they're one of the worst teams. Raiders are coming off a humiliating loss against Carolina, of all people. And Pierce, I don't think he's a very good coach to begin with.
What's more humiliating, losing Andy Dalton or Daniel Jones? It might be Daniel Jones.
It could be.
You
know what? At least, because Andy Dalton used to be good when he was first in the league with Cincinnati. But here's the deal. I'm going to take the Raiders. I think a lot of guys need to step up in this game. And the one thing is, Cleveland, Deshaun Watson's one of those guys. I could just see the Raiders defense, like guys like Max Crosby, the one thing they can do is I think they can find a way. I know Cleveland has a decent offensive line, but I think the Raiders defense is going to be jacked for this game, and they're going to put this guy on his ass. I hope Deshaun actually goes out. It's in Vegas too. I hope he goes out and has a 24-hour casino bender and runs into some chicks so I can really bet on the Raiders. Was that out of bounds or no? It's
maybe a little out of bounds.
No,
I think we're going to get this. I think we're going to get this Deshaun Watson, Cam, the one that we saw at Clemson above my head. And I think they're going to smoke the Raiders.
Dude, can I give you a tip about Clemson players? Let's take a let's. Steffi Graf, Trevor Lawrence, Deshaun Watson. What is it with Clemson guys? Even your boy Ray McLeod actually had a couple nice plays for Atlanta.
Hey, Klubnik looks pretty good though, Cam.
Actually, Klubnik's getting better. He is.
If it wasn't for that Georgia game, he's probably in the Heisman conversation. But all right, moving on.
Yep.
Where do you think Mr. Tiebreaker Man is on this one? Vegas or Cleveland?
Cleveland.
Incorrect. Your second loss.
See what happened? See?
You got too confident.
See? When you said you see, ladies and gentlemen, I just proved another point by being a moron. I got cocky when Drew's like, oh, it's a lock, Cam. It's a perennial lock. Yeah, he'll lose those games when he uses the L word, and I got too cocky with Bagman. See what happens? Confidence kills. I can't believe he picked the Raiders. I'm shocked, actually. No, that was a trick. You picked Cleveland. You just switched it, right?
No, I promise you he has the Raiders. Okay. All right, Buffalo going to Baltimore to take on the Ravens. Ravens, big win against the Cowboys. The Bills, road dogs. Baltimore -2.5. We saw the Bills come back from I think it was 18-point deficit against the Ravens last time they were there. And they also beat them in the playoffs. I think Josh Allen's undefeated. He's not undefeated. He lost his first start against the Ravens. Cam, I don't know. This game's tough. Just because I know they play them well, but that's when they have a full defense and defense personnel in there. So I'm going to go Ravens here. I think the Bills get their first loss in week 4. So I think I'm going to take Baltimore here, Cam.
I'm going to take the Bills. It's a very tough game, though. You're right, Drew. I could see even Baltimore winning by like 1 or 2, like maybe on a last-second field goal or something. It's going to be a real
maybe not a field goal, Cam. Justin Tucker sucks all of a sudden.
Yeah,
he's like 4 straight 50-yard field goals he's missed.
What's going? Well, the guy's been in the league for like he can't do it forever. Maybe Father Time's catching up with him.
Do you cut him? Like you can't
no.
Cam, he's missing him in a dome in Dallas.
I don't care. Cutting Justin Tucker, I'm going to cut your mic. Don't ever talk like that again. That's crazy. You guys are one of the best kickers of all time, man.
I understand,
but cut him.
Time comes for all, Cam. Time comes for all.
He'll have a little talk. He'll work it out. It's probably something going on. I don't know. Maybe he's having problems in his life. Hey, man, they're all humans. He'll figure it out. He's too good.
He's an opera singer. He'll be fine, Cam, when they cut him this week. Yeah. All right. Where do you think Mystery Tiebreaker Man is on this one?
Buffalo?
Correct.
Hey! No, he likes the Ravens.
Yeah. I wrote.
Drew, how many different picks do we have this week? I think we're working on like 7.
Holy shit, Cam. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different games.
I guarantee you, though, at least when we do the change segment later on in the week,
we'll be the same on 3.
I'm thinking 4 to 5 games are going to be changed. Minimum.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is tough. Drew, these games are tough out of the gate. Like, how the hell? Like, let's give people a good tip. Like a team like Minnesota, that's the game you bet early because it's probably only going to get worse. Like if Love plays or something like.
Well, Cam, then again, like if the Bills smoke Jacksonville on Monday night, that line might go. It might be like -1 Baltimore. So if you like the Bills, you bet them now too. I think.
Good call. Agreed.
All right, we're getting that was Sunday Night Football, Cam. We're getting the double Monday again this week.
Yeah, we got to start talking about this. We might have to start doing on Tuesdays with these double Monday games. Those are 2 important games.
Yeah, no, but it's fun. It's fun. We give the touchdown parlay for Monday Night Football a preview.
It's just Mondays are.
It's fine. What do you like the double Monday?
No, I don't.
Really?
Actually,
I think you get rid of Thursday Night Football and just have 2 Monday games every week.
But I'm just beat down, and it's an extra like hour or 2 on my other shows.
I don't like that they stagger the starts. I'd rather they both start at the same time. Have 2 TVs going. Really?
That's the only reason it's good. You have to have a staggered start. One game has to. You don't want to start them at the same time. Then people are watching at the same time. No, what are you talking about?
I agree with you for ratings, but I don't care about the ratings. I'm saying for my personal preference,
you start one at 7,
I like 1
and you start the other one at 9. You even stagger them more for the West Coast viewers.
Fair. If you separated them 3 hours apart where it was independent games, I agree with you.
No, you can't. No, 3 hours is too close to the end of the game. You stagger them with 2 hours, not 1.5, because you'll have the tail end of the game and the other one for excitement, and the other game is just starting. Man, I should be working at the TV network.
No, well, we can agree this 45-minute nonsense is stupid, though, right?
Yeah, it's real stupid.
Like, the first quarter's over. That other game's starting, by the way. You can tune in over there.
You have to. Okay, you know what? Actually, a good idea. What an hour and a half would be one game at halftime, the other game starting. That's another great idea. That's
fine. Because then if you miss the first half of the other game, who cares? Like you can watch the second half.
That's what I'm saying.
I agree with that, Cam. All right, the Titans going to Miami to take on the Dolphins. It looks like it's going to be Mr. Boyles against Will Levis, Cam. Holy shit, the Titans have lost me money 3 straight weeks already, Cam.
I'm going on the Tennessee Titans, and this is the final call. This is it. See what I am? I stuck with Carolina as a glutton for punishment, and really, you've lost.
Cam, the Titans are my Panthers, apparently. Like, they're my Panthers.
Drew, you have a problem. You think I have an addiction? Your damn Titan addiction's starting to really piss me off, too, because you got me on the Titan train, and it sucks. I should have rode my damn bicycle because this train reeks. It smells.
And you're going back to it?
Yes. I'll take one more ride on the Drew Express. And if I lose money now, I'm going to take you and remember the movie Throw Mama Off the Train? Throw Drew off the train. I'll make you a deal. If Tennessee doesn't cover this game, you have to be done with them.
I don't even know if I want to take them this week.
You got to do it, Drew. They've screwed you 3 times. It's like Carolina. This is the time.
You're like the devil on my shoulder. You got to do it, Drew.
I am a devil.
You got to take some.
But you know what? I'm just telling you, Drew. We stuck with Carolina with Andy Dalton. So what is the quarterback match?
Like Boyle looks better than Skylar Thompson.
I'm starting. He got me scared now. You know what? We're fucked either way.
This is Monday night rematch from last year when the Titans screwed them by coming back in that 4 minutes.
This is a train wreck. Oh, but you know what? One positive: Will Levis actually played well in the Monday night game that time. When they were 14-point dogs and they won.
Outright. I know, but Cam, Miami season's done if they lose this game. You go 0-4, you're not making the playoffs. So, it's just
who cares?
Do you think Mike McDaniel comes out with all the tricks in the book?
That's life. Game? That's the NFL, and Titans they're a desperate team too. This is an ugly game. I'm taking Tennessee. Do I have to lay one, or am I getting?
Tennessee's -1 on the road. Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sake! I'll take them still. God, give me point. You're telling me I got to lay points with these losers? You're right. I wish.
All right, Cam. I'm doing
Tennessee.
It. Last time. The last time, I swear the last time I'm taking the Tennessee Titans because I can't get off it, Cam. No matter what the line is, I'd be like, I got to take the Titans. It's like my skin crawling.
Drew, I told you. It's sticking on a team that fucked you is worse. It's like an addiction because
it's a rule, Cam, and roulette.
I got a guy. Trust me. I know from golf betting, you have to stay on the guy because the minute you get off and one, like I Billy Horschel this week, he screwed me before. I stayed on him. He won at 25. Oh, dude, that was nutted. And the best is how he beat Rory. Rory has finished second every tournament. We'll do a golf show later, but that was a big win for me. Actually, you know what the worst is too? I woke up. I had Manacero at 40-1. Drew, I made 3 picks this week. Win fourth. Best golf week I had. And know what I put on them? Nothing because of the NFL. It was my lowest unit plays ever. I usually go $30-40 a guy. $5, $10, $5, $10. Now, So I won, but you know what I mean? I'm looking at it going, that should be 5-6 times the. Okay. Anyway, who cares?
It still helps though. Helps.
These are third world problems. Tennessee.
Yeah. Going back to the Titans.
Dude,
sorry.
Okay. What happens if Tennessee doesn't cover or loses this game? What do we do?
I just look myself in the mirror and I go, "This is your fault." As I draw the clown makeup on my face with
you know what? I think you should come out with clown makeup next year, and I should come up with Panther makeup and stuff. It's the clown show.
We're the Titans. Yeah, you're going back to Andy Dalton too.
We are the Titans. That's we should do a movie this year. We are the Titans, and just show sack. Will Levis throwing up, fumble, falling down and hurdling the ball like an absolute stooge.
We make them remember the night they played the Titans.
The Titans.
Seahawks going to Detroit, Cam, taking on the Lions in the other Monday Night Football game. Your Seattle Seahawks are 4-point road dogs. The first real opponent. I got 4. The first real opponent they're facing, Cam. I'll make it 4.5. Okay. You know what? Livingstone Sportsbook will give you the half point.
Because that means you're on Detroit.
I like the Lions here.
I don't.
Might be my minerals. I'm sorry, I'm still not a Seahawks believer. I know it hurts your feelings, but too bad.
It actually doesn't hurt my feelings at all. We've started 3-0. I really don't care what you think about the Seahawks. I like you as a human being. But I'm going to tell you this, Drew. Goff has not looked right. This team has still not looked right. And I'll tell you one thing about Seattle. They went into Detroit, I get it before, and beat these guys outright with a worse football team and a worse coach. I will take the 4.5. I think the world's going to be on the Lions.
I don't know if the world will be on the Lions, to be honest.
The Lions will win this game probably, but between 1 and 4. 1 and 3.
I think the public's going to be on Seattle.
I disagree
Thursday,
with that.
Cam.
I disagree.
I think everyone's going to see 3-0.
Yeah, that is a problem. But
Timmy $20 is not betting on the Detroit Lions.
The thing about the Lions is they're not the same Lions. I'm actually worried about this team is not. I don't care if they cover. We were on them last week. They didn't look good. They don't look good. You want to talk about a team?
Cam, their passing game didn't look good. Their running game is just dominant still, and they just keep running the football. Stop changing it up. You have the best 1-2 punch in football. Just run it.
Drew, everything we talked about with Seattle, Detroit's doing the same thing, letting Arizona linger. They could have blown that game wide open. They let them alive. They were I'm like, here comes the back door. Detroit's going to win by 3 for the push. But they actually got it right. But be careful. I'm going to say Detroit I think they'll be good as the season progresses, but something's not right now. They don't look crisp.
I think this is a get right game for them. I think I think Seattle's going to be the popular play here. I think this is when they come back down to earth. 3-1 is not a bad record, Cam. I think Detroit goes to 3-1 as well with this big win. Where do you think mystery tiebreaker man is on this one?
Detroit.
Correct. So only 2 tiebreaker picks.
7-2. I think we're opposite of like 9 games. So
yeah, I think you're right. I think it was 7-2. All right.
Is not cool.
Let's get into our best bets, Cam. Both of us lost Survivor again, so we both have 2 deaths.
Oh yeah, the best is I text you. By the way, Drew's fantasy league. Nobody chirps more than these guys. If you want a league, if you're a guy that loves to talk,
it's not even
shit,
that bad, Cam. My other fantasy leagues are way worse than that one.
I'm like, guys, like, what's the deal here? Don't you have like girlfriends, wives, time? Like, you just
Cam, it's called fun, okay? People like enjoying fun with their friends. Like, don't be that Grinch guy, okay? Like, oh man, they're messaging me at 12 a.m. because I lost at fantasy. I hate these people. Just say, you know what? Yeah,
I don't hate these people. I'm not.
I'm just saying.
Grinch.
I meant like you're supposed to.
I like the guys in your league. I think they're all nice guys. I'm just saying, you guys talk.
I know what you're
shit.
saying. It's a $40 fantasy.
My fantasy league are worse than your guys, and we're grown men. I just think that
I'm just like, I get what you're saying.
Yes, thank you.
It's not the size of the wager's not worth the amount of messages.
Thank you. That's kind of what I'm saying. But anyway, that's here nor there.
It's just fun, so that's why.
No, actually, your guys are nice, but yeah, I'm actually in a real battle this week with one of these guys. We have 3 guys left. He's got Burrow, and I got like shit players, so I'm done.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Anyway, yeah.
All right, best bets of the week, Cam. Gold, silver, and bronze.
You have to start because I'm not even there yet. You got to.
All right.
Sorry. I'm scrolling.
I'll start with my bronze.
Yep.
My bronze is going to be the Minnesota Vikings going into Green Bay and beating the Packers outright. They're plus 2.5. I will take them as my bronze selection, Cam. I think Minnesota is an easy pick this week. I know usually when I say that, it ends up being wrong.
Please don't say easy pick. Say I like Minnesota a lot.
All right, I like Minnesota a lot.
Thanks.
Baby.
I like Minnesota a lot too. I'll have the same bronze pick as you, so we can finally be a team for the first damn time. It's like we're on the same line, but you're like we're not even looking at each other and open in front of the net. Give me Minnesota plus 2.5.
All right, Cam. My silver selection will be. I got to go back to Pittsburgh. I think they win this game by more than 1.5. I think they go into Indy and embarrass Anthony Richardson. Give me Pittsburgh as my silver. They haven't let me down the first 3 weeks, and I don't think they'll let me down again. Drew's silver is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Niners, I'm going to come back to you. What you did to me last week was deplorable. Vince Shane, I'm talking to you. You cost me $1,200 parlay, and I think there was another one for $700. All you had to do was beat the Rams. It was even in a money line parlay with Carolina and some really nice
Cam,
stuff.
You've told me a million times if when you don't put the easy minus 500s in your money line parlays. So that's your own lesson you didn't listen to.
You're right. I'm not even going to argue with you there, but that one hurt. That one cut a bit.
Yeah, that's true. So that's your silver selection?
No, it is though, Drew. Like when you're building it up though, like I didn't think the Rams had a chance in hell to win. You have to understand too, when Tennessee lost, my head's not right. So I'm like, let's build it. You know the way it works in gambling. Oh, yeah. You're not thinking straight.
You're trying to get your wins.
I'm like, just put something in there. Add Niners. I didn't even take the spread. I just took the damn money line. I thought they'd win the game. God, man, that Carolina money line pick was money. Anyway, Niners. I said sidetrack. Niners. What is it? 10.5?
Yep.
Oh God, I wish it was like 9.5. Okay, yeah, I'll take it.
They're gonna win by 20. It's fine.
I'll take the Niners as the silver selection, guys. Please just. I have a feeling though, after the way they lost that game, the New England Patriots, like, there's gonna be no mercy. The Niners might this could be ugly.
Oh yeah, I agree with you. I think it's bad. San Fran would be my fourth mineral. My gold is going to be the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday Night Football. When the best bet has been on Thursday for me, I'm 2-0. I'm going to make it 3-0. I think Dallas absolutely slaughters the New York Giants. Give me Dallas minus 4.5 as my gold selection.
I'm trying to find something.
I mean, you liked Carolina. You liked Chicago. I don't know, Cam. You tell me. Do you go to
I can't go to Carolina as a mineral pick against Cincinnati. I really want to. What about Atlanta against the Saints? Too close. Sorry, Drew. I got to think.
You like Houston against Jacksonville.
I want to think this one out. What was my gold pick?
Last week?
No, this week.
You don't have a gold pick yet. This is your gold.
Oh, sorry. What was my bronze pick?
Your bronze was Minnesota with me.
Okay. I'm going to go. Oh, my God. I actually thought about putting Tennessee in gold.
Do it.
Do it? That's dangerous.
Do it. Shia LaBeouf.
Houston.
All right. That's what I figured. I thought you were going to go Houston.
I can't believe. Look what the favorites got me last week. I'm a dog man, and I'm betting favorites. It tells you I'm just all over the place.
I mean,
you know what I did? I picked the wrong dog.
Fair,
Other than Carolina,
if you stayed on Philly last week as a mineral, you would have won. So
I know. I actually bet Philly. I just switched my minerals because I thought Tennessee was going to fuck Green Bay up because I'm an idiot, Drew.
That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes, Cam. We make switches. Both my switches lost. Well, I guess we don't know about the Bills tonight. Just when we switch on Thursday, it just never works out, I feel like.
No, but the thing is, I think I had one switch that won. I went off.
You went off of New England to the Jets. That one won.
Yeah, that was smart.
that was your switch, and then you went off the Bengals to Washington, which we don't know how that's going to go.
Okay. You know what? I like my switch. You know what I find? My later game switch, the early stuff never works. 4 o'clock and Monday night it works.
Yeah. My thing is I overthink it by Thursday, and then I'm like, I'm going to switch stuff. I'm like, no, just go with the early leans, because when you go with your gut, I feel like it's better. When you look at
honestly,
the stats too much.
I had the other week when I went in my gut, Arizona versus the Rams, one of the best picks I ever made. Like, problem is, Drew, when your head's spinning, you don't listen to your gut either.
And when you do so many shows and talk to so many people, it's just like people get in your head, and you're just like,
I gotta be honest with you, it's actually killing me. And we do it every night. Like my head's spinning because I hear so many different things. It's like, please just ignore.
And it tells you yourself you're wrong. You're like, oh, maybe I'm wrong about that. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
Yeah,
like,
you got to
trust yourself.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you. Look at Drew. He's giving me life tips as well. He should. Actually, I'm going to give you a tip too. If Tennessee, buddy, we're both on them again, we should be institutionalized. If the Tennessee Titans can't beat Miami, we should just give up.
I'm blaming you if the Titans lose to Miami, because I'll be like,
you're the one who's like, oh, Cam, they're going to win the division. They're my favorite pick this week. Yeah, roll that tape out.
Yeah. My Tennessee outright win totals.
Hey, we all make mistakes. I told you.
I'm getting Cam. They're so bad right now. I'm getting offered like, here, you want $2 to cash out this win total bet? No, I don't want my $2.
Yeah, I know. Say they win here, they win one game, and who knows? Honestly,
Cam, I got alt wins on them though, like 9.5 and stuff. Like, just
the problem is, you know what it is, Drew. We'll wrap up, but if they win this game, they're going to keep Will Levis in. If they go to Mason Rudolph because they actually have a good secondary and stuff, they could actually get your wins total. I'm telling you.
Rudolph doesn't excite me like he does you.
No, but you don't understand. When Pittsburgh had all those problems, he went in and won for them because all you need.
But against bad teams though. Against good teams,
they weren't all bad. They weren't all bad teams, because the thing about Tennessee is they have a good secondary, so he doesn't have to do too much.
But they don't have Mike Tomlin.
Okay.
That's it. That's all.
Yeah, actually, you're right. Tennessee's coaching staff is probably the worst in the league.
All right, Cam. Eyebrows look good today, by the way.
What do you mean?
I'm saying they look good today. Last week you shaved them off and you couldn't even notice. Now I can see them.
They're kind of growing in a little bit. Yeah, my forehead still looks like I've been in a fucking razor blade match with Abdullah the Butcher, Ric Flair. God, it's unbelievable. That's what happened, Drew, when I fell in the shower. See how deep that is? That's deep.
Yeah, it just looks like you got Eddie Guerrero gave you a little slice or something back in your day.
He split me open.
Yeah,
because we bet on the Titans. Sorry.
That does it for week 4 of the Drew and Stu podcast, the Monday show. Please tune in Thursday for our final picks, our props. My props were 4 and 5 last week. Cam's anytime TD props, a lot of them hit. Some of them didn't, like Laporta Pot. He can't bet on him.
I'm done with that. He's another guy. You put them on the Tennessee list. Like, that guy's killing us this year. He's banned.
Tight ends, Cam. All tight ends are sucking right now. It's just weird.
It's a running. No, bet just running backs is the way to go. Running backs. Just do it.
Yeah, that's it. All right, please tune in Thursday. Please click like. Please click subscribe. Please rate and review on all audio platforms. And let us know in the comments below what your favorite picks are this week, how you feel about our picks, how you feel about Cam's blade match against Eddie Guerrero. And we will see you on Thursday. Thanks, everyone.
This has been Drew and Stu. Follow Drew at Producer Drew and Cam at Cam Stewart Live. May the winners be yours and all of the best bets hit.